Here's Johnny!
Okay, after my last video I pretty much tired myself out editing it, and now I don't know what to do next. Although my last few videos were about the Marvel comic movies, then a review of Avengers, Age of Ultron. I might as well do a DC movie thing, but they're not basically up running with their shared universe yet. Other than Man of Steel, I guess, since they were totally ignoring Green Lantern, which nobody liked, and the recent Batman trilogy is separate from it. But in my opinion would be more cooler if it did connect. Christopher Nolan, the guy who directed the 3, wanted realism in the story, and then the death of Heath Ledger might have changed that. Okay, since Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad are coming out, and more following them, I don't know what to go by. Maybe the older Superman and Batman ones? I'm not going to go through all those individually since those are basically old now. I wasn't that into Superman, so the movies didn't thrill me. Now the first Batman movies I liked, last 2 of that series I found ridiculous. They tried to turn them like the old 1960s TV show. I liked the older show back then, but since I read the comic book version of Batman, those last 2 movies were just dumb. But those were before the more recent Dark Knight trilogy. I could talk about V for Vendetta and Watchmen. They were DC but not in the normal DC universe, and I did like those. I told this on earlier videos, I'm not into DC Comics much, except for Batman or Swamp Thing. As you see with my Funko DC Pops, they're mostly Batman based. Although I got few others for the hell of it. My ratio for my DC to Marvel Pops. My Marvel overrun most of my collection. Though I'm not a real DC guy. I do watch the animated cartoons, movies, and the recent TV shows. Okay, it's been a while this was on, but even if I don't like Superman, I did like Smallville for some reason. Granted, the ending seasons was little stupid. But when it was done, I heard they were making a Green Arrow series, where I thought they were continuing the character they made in Smallville, but they didn't. That show is okay, how they're doing that. There's a thing about it though, I find it little Batmanish sometimes than Arrow. They put few of Batman's villains. Okay, one could be anyone's. Other one this season actually was. Anyway, the show is cool. Then they spun off The Flash from that show. Now The Flash, I think it's the best of the shows. They go into his comic book history a little more than the Arrow show. And it gives its props to the original Flash TV show, which the father of Barry Allen in this show was the original Flash way back. And then they put few other people from the older show in after. Like the original Dr. Lady, then Mark Hamill as the Trickster again. The way they're going with this show is cool. As for Gotham, I did wait for it being a weird prequel version of Batman. It's a decent show, but it needs more to it, I think. The future villains thing is cool. I don't know about it still. I wanna see the next season of it. They made Constantine. I did like it, until it got cancelled. It made more sense than the movie version. I wish they didn't cancel it, but NBC was real stupid to do that. iZombie, this isn't an ordinary DC property. Meaning it's not part of the whole superhero concept, but I figured I'll add it. I like it. Normally I'm not into the whole zombie thing. Although I do watch The Walking Dead, then got into Z Nation thanks to Netflix. We'll watch Fear the Walking Dead, but iZombie is a really cool concept. Medical examiner gets zombified to figure how a person died by eating their brains. Plays it off as a psychic, Okay, not a typical zombie. But hey.
Next there's going to be 3 more coming, another spin-off of Arrow and the Flash. Legends of Tomorrow, weird, superhero, supervillain team up. And Supergirl, what I heard of it, everyone was picking at it. Someone leaked the pilot on the internet, which I didn't see. When it's out officially I will watch it, even if I'm not a real fan of people from Krypton.
Then I heard they were making a Teen Titans show. I was a fan of the older cartoon, and the newer version is pretty much kiddie cutter for me. I'm interested in watching the live-action one. I heard they were switching few characters around. I don't know how this will be. I pretty much think it's strange only 3 of them are linked together, and also weirdly understand why they were not. Network shit, other ideals. And the movies won't be linked to any of the TV shows like Marvel is doing. Whatever they were doing next year, I wanna see. Anyway, I need to edit this.